So there's something I've been wanting to cover for a long time, and I don't know, for some people there's really just not going to be any good way to put this. People get really, really upset about this particular topic, and that's veganism. Now I'm just going to share my own experience and a few little things that I think, and do with it what you want, but I can assure you that it is also a nefarious agenda. Everything that we've been taught about nutrition is incorrect. Yeah, just like everything else. But I'm not trying to condemn the way that anyone eats. However you eat is, up to you. I'm just going to throw out my perspective on it because I tried the whole vegan thing. I also, have an issue with factory farming, and I try not to support factory farmed animals. I will buy from a local meat shop, which unfortunately is closing down. But I've heard you can order from some places too online, so I might have to look into that. During the 18 months that I did plant-based eating, my health, my teeth especially, and my mental function went down so bad, and my energy levels, for 6 months I felt fine. But then that last year, it was just deterioration, and then as soon as I added beef and eggs back into my diet, it instantly went away. And then I started to do a little research, and I found some anti-vegans that led me to some information, and I'm going to share some of that with you. Just a couple little blips here. But here's kind of how I view things now. Consciousness is consciousness, okay? Plants are conscious, animals are conscious, we're conscious, water's probably conscious, rocks, all of it. Life is life. There is no hierarchy of life. What is weird is the living in a realm of consumption. Us having to consume another being to keep ourselves alive. That is foreign to our spirit. We are not used to having to do that, okay? And plants are telepathic. They're sentient. They communicate with each other. If one plant knows something, they all know it. There's a book called The Secret Life of Plants, which is really good. One should pick up. I might try to find a link to it and put it in the comments. I personally feel that language is not a sign that man is evolved. It's a sign that we have devolved. We used to be telepathic as well, just like the animals and the plants still are. Now, true herbivores, okay, like cows and other animals, have multiple stomachs. The only way to truly extract nutrients from plant matter is by fermentation. So even if humans are eating plants with allegedly the correct nutrients in them, that does not mean you're absorbing them. And a true herbivore, will have multiple stomachs. One for fermented plant matter, and then after it's fermented, we will eat it. Or they will move it to the other stomach where they digest the nutrients from it, and it goes through their digestive tract. So, when the body doesn't get enough of a nutrient, and vegans typically do not get enough fat, and there are 16 long-chain amino acids that are not found anywhere other than in animal products. But what does the body do when it doesn't get enough of a nutrient? It begins to eat itself. Here's where the agenda comes in. So the brain is what? Made of what? Do you know? Primarily cholesterol. It's fat, okay? So the brain deteriorates as the fat stores are used up in the vegans that aren't getting enough. Plant-based eating, what have you. We don't even have to say the vegans. I don't want to make it seem like this is an attack or anything like that, because it's not. let's just say, plant-based eaters, or that's not right either. I don't know. Think of something, but it's not an attack. This is just literally what I found and informational. And I can say that for myself, the cognitive impairment was extreme. I mean, I couldn't come up with basic words. I could not make a sentence. I could have never gotten on here and spoken. And I mean, that whole year, I mean, I thought I was developing early onset, like Alzheimer's. And turns out it was malnutrition. And that's what we'll say. Malnutrition causes this. So the brains are made of fat, and part of this agenda is to make us easier to mind control. Now, and as the fat stores deplete in the body, the brain begins to deteriorate, hence why cognitive impairment seems to run rampant among plant-based eaters. It is a ploy to make us unhealthy, get us to age faster, and makes us easier to mind control while appearing to be a noble agenda. The fact is, this is a realm of consumption, and we must consume another to survive, be it plant or animal. That is how the system is designed. In such a realm, eating the most nutrient-dense food that you can eat so that you can eat the least food seems like the best plan to me. Now, in this realm, the most nutrient-dense products are animal products. Now, I am not trying to condemn. I just don't like to see people suffering, and a lot of these people are suffering. And if they would just eat a steak, they would feel better. The vegan movement is very cultish, and they're very shaming of non-vegans. But yet they're sitting there basically saying, well, animals are great, plants aren't. Plants are inferior. Well, the plants probably feel as if, we would rather have people that can absorb our nutrients eat us rather than wasting our entire life force energy. I mean, I don't look at it as we are consuming dead flesh as much as we are taking the life force energy from them to continue our living. And so it's important to expose some of the horrors that animals go through in factory farming. Absolutely, I do not condone that. But it's also important to advocate for the plants. I mean, their lives too. I mean, it's the consumption. The consumption is what is foreign. And you just have to come to terms with the fact that that's what goes on here. And honestly, I don't really like eating at all, but I do eat just mainly meat and fruit and animal products because it does seem to be those seem to be the most filling way to eat, and then I don't have to eat all the time. All plants break down in the human body. They ultimately break down to sugar. I mean, it's carbohydrates that are the issue. Fat actually hydrates the body. Like I said, everything we've been taught about nutrition is a lie. And then when it comes to meat, we need to be eating the organs and the bones, and the muscle meat, which is what's widely available in the grocery store, is the most unhealthy meat. But it is what it is. I mean, one step at a time. And then if you go into cooking it and all the carcinogens that adds, it's just, we are poisoned in every single way. And while it is, the whole vegan thing, I mean, it just, they push it as if it's this noble agenda, but it's really just divide and conquer. I mean, they're very cultish, and then let's see other people that don't participate with us, well, they don't even need to live. And they've also brainwashed them to thinking, again, that man is bad, man needs to, be destroyed. I mean, this planet could handle so many more people. It's ridiculous. We don't even take up the humans that are here, if there are 7 billion, which I think that's a lie too. They're not anywhere near. I mean, we take up like less than 1% of the land. I think you could give everybody an acre of land and we wouldn't even fill up Alaska or something. I mean, it's crazy. Overpopulation is a scam. You know, this is a planet of abundance. You put something in the ground and it grows. It's, you know, there is no mainstream movement that is 100% good, including veganism. Have a good day.